And I would like to hear more about the challenges that you feel that you're seeing that men seem to face that maybe we don't really know about or haven't really given much consideration to.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of it feels like a permission sort of thing. There's very much a discussion when you meet with someone that's getting divorced and it's a man and they're saying, well, can I do this and am I allowed to do that? And it's very, you can tell they've been very pushed into sort of a specific type of role and very specific things that they feel like they have to ask for everything. And it's not that all women are like, oh, everything, I'm entitled to all this and I get custody. And well, not all women are like that, but there's a lot of these relationships because we're meeting with broken relationships, right? I mean, these are pathology. These are not well functioning relationships at this point because they're meeting with me and I'm doing divorces. And those broken relationships have turned into where these a lot of these men just feel like they need permission for everything, and that it's very unequal when they're trying to negotiate things because they don't feel entitled to their fair share. They don't feel like they're entitled to time with their kids, or they're so angry about all of it, they can't really articulate what makes sense. And, they want everything because they're just upset. And it's hard to kind of sort that out. We just, our perspective is we want to tell you what you're entitled to, what's reasonable, what's fair, and then you can do what you want. But we don't want someone taken advantage of and they never knew they had the rights to all these things in the first place. There's a lot of very beaten down people, men or women. By the time they've had to make that decision to get divorced, they've probably tolerated too much abuse, nonsense, neglect, and it's hard to walk out of that. You're so used to that world where, like, if it's a male client, their wife is running everything, and they don't know how to really even let that go. And they'll say, "Well, my wife says this, or my wife says that, or she thinks this," and you just got to kind of say to them, "We don't care what she thinks. We want what's reasonable." If what she wants is reasonable, that's great. Or if it's whether it's a man or a woman, there can be a lot of that sort of damaged abuse kind of talk of they say this and they'll do that. And I'm afraid they're going to say this. And you just say, we got to look at what makes sense and let's do what's reasonable. You're both going to be good if it's reasonable.
Exactly.